This is the story of a beautiful princess who was imprisoned by her father, the king, for a small mistake. A minister freed her from the prison and threw her into the river. What happened to her afterward? You will learn in today's video, so keep watching till the end. If you like this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. The princess, Hasanabad's mother came from a poor family, and the king always taunted his queen, saying, "You are the wife of a king, you eat well, and you dress well. But if you were the wife of a poor man, you would have to eat dirt instead of bread." The queen would cry every time she heard these taunts, and Princess Hasanabad, seeing her mother in tears, would become very sad. She would tell her mother, "Mom, don't marry me off to a rich prince. I will marry a poor man. If fate favors me, I will make my husband a king and place him on the throne in place of my father." One day the king was for the good of the poor was sitting on the throne that suddenly a kavod came and started can in a loud voice. Emperor immediately summoned his musir and asked what this kava is saying. Musir late keep thinking till and then replied, "Bemper Alam is not saying this, our tongue with this is just a kava." Perhaps the heart of Tafra thoughts why the king is doing cow angry, and immediately the executioner scolded the executioner immediately and said in a voice, "Woe's death has come up. We blinked king will do all the work, blow their neck by holding every Aneshadadi has nobod running garived near," and said, "Abba, if I am Yorsif, I answer the question. Do you get these? Mushir the emperor will leave." The king said, "Yes, if you replied, "I leave them Shasadi." Hasnabad replied, "Abathis." Poet is saying that the husband who is saying pick up on the sky and a wife, and who Shethi king is also a wife in the matter. Hearing this, he got so angry that his completed jism started trembling with anger, and his daughter said, "The unworthy girl shamelessness is to say that my peace and my peace thanks to my wife, who is a poor person daughter, I'm buried alive. You so, that all the girls learn lessons, and there doth." King did not open the tongue in front of Walid Hassan. Abad put it alive and Mushir left. Then he was inconsolable for a month, serted in his palace sad and upstone. Of his big wazir said, the king said, "You do not harm yourself by sitting like this, reach, and do something and entertain youth." King went to play for the hunt for the wazir talk, and listened to his 400 musir and 40 vajrizerk for 7 days on hunting together. The king has no victim after doing found, and he became disappointed when he walked so white there, when we get close to a riverati. Old man looked younger than water-moved stones, and write something on them against king used, to put it in the water. "Old age, who are you, and what are you doing?" Hooray-ho, old smiled and said, "I am a poor wat, can I talk to the king?" King said angrily to my question and swore, "Or else let me give you the sword right nowy." Will reply to the old mani, "Am telling the fate of the people." The king said then, "Tell me that my daughter's daughter what is the fate?" The old man handed over the water, put a handful of canker, and said, "Thata brave youth lives in the famous country is the son of a poor shepherd daughter, will be married to the same young man." The face of anger became ruddy, and asked, "How many days the journey is there, and if you travel on a good horse, how many day will take the day?" Replied, 18 months. The king came back home, and Muslims for 3 days keeping, thinking, how his daughter is poor soul be kept away from Sharva, hungry him put, or cut it into the king wazir. Came to know about Sia intentions, and pitied the girl at night, removed the girl from alive, and brought her home. Immediately took off his clothes, and descended into the water Gaya, and take the chest. To the edge he came and looked around. Well, Buth did not understand how to open anything then. He cheated with his ex-maid, a hole in the lid, and inside if you peek, there is a lady girl lying. There'th old man was seen tight, and he thought that maybe it will be the daughter of a merchant Hoaz, on a journey with her father, and the ship must have drowned, due to which the chest of water you must have been left. "Oh girl, are you alive?" "Orth." Dead old man gave voice to the girl. Hassanabad replied from inside, and The old man sat up and started thinking that no what to do if except for the chest if I take the wood to the palace. Then, in it, more than 20 coins from the changed king you will meet, and if I leave the wood and if I pick up the chest and take it to the palace, nothing will be found better that the chest. Oh, should I know, by taking it to the market chet, will go on thinking about what is inside market. Reached the market with a chest and open it. Happened that Carachilla came out there and looked at him, took anger and asked the old man, where is the old wood of my wood? Do not worry to steal someone's hands. Went and brought this chest. Saying Thoth took out his sword and 2 of the old crafts up. Then he got his servants hooped that the palace took the palace after picking up the box. Husin Abad's Husin was opened in the box. Seeing the emperor, he got angry, and the Semetime told the girl to marry Muhasin, started crying, and said to Muhasil, I have promised to marry a poor person. Oh, what to do? Then he told the king of me, 40 days time. Am tired inside the box from a who's want to rest nowy. Want to play with girlsy, want to do Kara Shah, by grinding teeth said, if you don't marry me at this time, I will kill you if you say it. Then at least, me give 3 days leave. Strictly said about your comfort, and Tefrioni. Day is enough. 40 girls with Heret was done, and they were instructed that milk it on it, in a moment of memento. Not let him disappear from Isithus, and populated with 40 girls. Daria flowed on the other side of the garden. In the garden Husin Abad told the girls, let's come Auntie, take a bath in the river. As soon as Hussein Abad reached the shore, frightening fish descentage came out and disappears in water. Immediately girls ran and came to the palace, and the king hearing this accident, Excellency woke up with Engathro on the Flordia, and left the palace, and left the Sitno we have left for Baya. Banjazira, here's the story of Jurgen. One day a young man on the banks of the river, his sheep were grazing goats, while some fish, by putting a net in Mahagur, Duryakarwa was catching his own fish, with Gurwile narrating the misery. I started saying my father, and both of them are hungry to go to the city to bring bread and away. The father is ill, and I am hooray. Am mashed in grazing sheep goatsu. Can't go anywhere except them. Give me some fish. I take him to Mithishkur. We'll feed the father. Said Good Ed, is a matter of whatever will come in the trepu. Pulled the trap by saying Thada. Huge fish got stuck in the trap. Takanthe gave that big fish to the shepherd. Shepherd wanted to raise the fish, but height was so weighty that the fish could not lift it, pulling with the help of 5 people, bringing the fish home to his father, then returned to his sheep. Goatsaya was very happy to see the old fish one. He chalked the fish stomach with a Nephia girl. Was found inside the old man girl's mouth, water dripping with girl's senses, and she opened her eyes, stood up, and bowed down to the old man. Then he said, Baba, I am hungry. Give some food to the old man, ket the piece and fry it to the girl. Girl ate fish, and then asked the old man, Baba, what you do? The old man told he was a shepherd. Now I am old, now me son does work in my Placeth. Girl was very happy, and said with excitement, wishes fulfilled. Baba, if you say me, mother should also marry your son's daughter of a poor house. Was our marriage where? Is the money near? The old man said something. No. Girl replied, when I am marrying people with Wilthir, is no need to feast him. The old man, Husinabad, with his son's marriage estited the next morning of Nikah. Husinabad made his head with a handkerchief eyed down and make home work. When I came to the curd, I saw Thother with such a thick fold of dirt on curd that Beth of his pools meet each other. Rest of the utensils were the same condition. Husnaabad brightened those utensils sinned. Then he sweeps the courtyard of the house, made him clean, and all dirty clothes wash, all this, and old man's heart like. He got up with his daughter-in-law came, and said with great love, leave, my daughter, I am oldie, do not have any work of home. Son goes to work as soon as he wakes up in the morning, and how lucky we come back in the evening zine, that we have found Yoa. You want to work so hard, my life help you tell me some work too. Husonabad took off a hair of his ear, and giving it in the hand of the old man. You said take the market, if someone asks for its price will You say something honest, you, yourself if. It to whatever you give a give old hare, and reached the market time. To buy big merchants up. Merchant was in the market, saw the tune old man, is a beautiful hare in hand, is standing for the old man and asked good Bubba, what is its price? The price you yourself. Old man replied with honesty. Sauger held a hand long leather. It to the old man, after filling it with golden now, is enough. The old man replied, have said that you yourself honestly give something. After that Hussein Abad said, he soon told your father-in-law and husband. Now you guys, go bring Raj, laborers a one to this gold safe, have to hide at the place, so that some could not know. Raj and her son bring laborers, and one safe to sleep. Hussein Abad said, this hidden in the room of everything will be a pleasure for you Esbate. We have to hide it, and Sumyanado not know, or else we are difficult in those days. The merchants will fall consider the decision of life, and that old learned from learned that truth and honesty in real life strength is something else. He knew that whatever he wants is honesty and one day he can achieve. When the market came back, he thought that his what is most valuable in life he is his honesty and hard work. He old from Mayar to Mayar, and Baba now, I too life, is honest like you and I will try to improve myself, both, old and Hussein populated on his words, Mile, and said, that is the real reality, Thatcherly, wants to live a successful life always walk with honesty and hard work. Everything has changed now. Hussein had changed and his family was happy, and he knew that the power of truth solve every difficulty. Hussein Abad can be done here. We said Haraj will settle a new city. After that Raj called the workers from the city and told them people also called their family members. The laborers came back with their food, and Hussein started the work of Tamir, of the city workers first, on the instruction of Abad started building a very big wall. Every day food the workers and their family goes, and some money is also given in Habitat Gat. Good clothes for them, all Sakawat, and guest. Nawaji's fame far and wide. Majid, after seeing his guest, Nawaji's spread workers started coming, and they give food to everyone building, and happy with happy heart people passing through the path. Woe has built this wall. Laborers, if you also want to work, then come Harego. You will get good wages, and clothes will also be found within 15 days. 5,000 family came there within 3 months. A large wall was talked with Lenton. Width is decided in 10 days. There were equal to the way in that wall. Doors were built, and Husnabad, at every door these alphas were written below, by putting a picture of this. City is inhabited by someone who is bred need clothes, and work here within a year. 7,500 family members inhabited there. A separate house for every family, which included threshold and closet. Every city 25 soldiers were tailed at the door, and ordered the person who was inhabited look at the picture of him for a long time, catch and bring me to the city like this. King reached the fame emperor with Angro said, this is the finger on my work. Woe is this, which is the city in my jaggery. Will go and take account of I tempera city. Reached Husseinabad, and at the door asked the standing guard who made this city. High guard replied, this picture of which has built this city, and has built. Hussein pointed to the picture. When weave, you used to work in the court. You have ever weave, do not care about children. Hussein did not eat food, but Hussein was inhabited cared about us and our children. Want Hussein in the Qayadat of Abada Virion's life, gets better, herring his words. He said, if you really better if you want to first of your king. I am proud of oppression, Amen, in this country and ready to bring happiness, but for this, you first make yourself better. People of the country will talk about Hussein. Population Otazer became the king in Hethi. Encouragement to raise voice against oppression. Hussein Abad stayed on his principle. Start progress in the city has started training, and health improved the Nizam and one to the Piaplixti ek Damade, to give better life. After this, the condition of the city is better than these people became happy, and Hussein was in habit respect, as a Azim Ranumath king said, forgive me, I forgive me, accept your slavery and swearing, if you confess my slaverif, You do. I will give you your oppression, Andy. Will get rid of Faz noticed the words of El, and promised to him. Did now to his bloodshed rule. Will leave, and will. Justice with people. Looked him free, and the dream of the dream became very much in the same time. Had been moving forward with his army propanted, every difficulty of his way. Anda, Azim Jung, against the birth of his father preparation, if he proved on his way there were steps, and his Ajam was so strong, that his army was also following him. The king said, take my throne crown, and my sultanate and take my treasure, just save my life. Reply, I gave me your wealth, and sultanate, do not care if I have your daughter, Husanas. Soon as I want to drink the blood of population. When the king heard his daughter's name, he cried suddenly. Husun, populated from behind the mountain voice, came in one hand sword, and the other handiem learning kebabs made from Sirkab's meath. Husainabad came, and two of the eagle with the sword launched his father's waist grabbed, and laid down on the ground. After this, he gave kebabs to his father, said, Abayan, if any mistake from me, you are done, then the king will forgive me. Bey Ikhtiar screamed, and woke up next in the morning. He called 400 Musher, and 40 Vagra, said, if you do not tell my dream if I can, I am alive to any of you. I will not leave a big wazir standing, Zaid, if you spare my life. I am the king, can tell the dream of dreams if you say angry, and tell what is that abur. Wazir said that eagle that picks you up brought her enemy, and when she will capture the country, and make you a prisoner, then your daughter will liberate you. But your dicto crown will go to someone else's hand, king said in anger. My daughter, you, met me in Madi and peace want to manipulate you with peace, will put it in Zidane, so that both of you there, king, ends up dead come, and put the wazir alive, and on that day after he could never sleep peacefully overnight, suffers on his bed due to fear stay, and keep moving around in the dream, just like someone injured wild pig pain in pork shrubs. One after a week in the court of an Elchi emperor came, and immediately announced the king of the city of Jonj to attack with his lashkar immediately. Put both your hands on the chest and head tilt, and do it if you have your sultanate of the will not handle itu. Have to regret our king's salute, and reward for Yao Sing LG, running near the emperorift, and slapped a strong slap on her mouth, dear. Again, behind the plank, apologizing thing hidden, after Elchi left ribbing to his wazir. If Elchi this is the condition of that king's soldier shat will happen now. What should we do now? Some wazir replied, that we want whatever you say. We will kill the wazir. Majid said, you are very happy with life in Kar city, near the king of the people. Send Inamo, Ikram, and whatever will happen again thought, will be the king alive, the elder wazir taking out, and said that you immediately the king of the city go to, and salute him. If Haif you say, give my sultanate to him, because that impact of the slap of tomorrow is still on my cheek, and if he says, takes the life of the Ampor, so I left the city with a stick of Darveshi, will go, because now I slap Magid Wazir, will not be able to tolerate from the king. Said when I told you the dream of dream. So you got angry. Now you tell me Wadi told the truth, or lie now, enemies come. He has been to you with a wild horse tail tee up, and run towards the bay, and Yobit thorns will be dragged, and you have a dog. King will die with silent sitting in the head like stuck in the mudwazir, walked with precious gifts like a conjand. On the way for the king of the city, people wrote a letter in which the letter with his name recorded down, and sent the hand to the hand. When this letter reached Husainabad, Husain is inhabit wazir called wazir, inside come and bowed down with great heart and saluted, sat down and looked here and there, and said, that king is sitting in front of Husain. A Badzar was shepherd around 40, the soldiers stood by the king's gesturing on one side of the plank. Hiding in a masked person with that mask was seated, said to Yonat, afraid coming to our cantonment, alone. Felt someone who advocates you, it's not if I kill Yobait. Wazir recognized the voice of Husan Abad and immediately replied, which, the face of death itself. We did he be afraid of him then? Huzonabad picked up his mask and got up, and Big Wazir came to my loveman told Wazir, because of you today if I am alive. If I am my father's Sultan Tif, I hand you over. Do you justice? If Elder Wazir will be able to run with the am old now? If you have handed my hand to me. So I am that Personi, will hand over who is sitting in front of Mahuzen. Abad entered the city with his army and started searching for the emperor, but he was not found anywhere immediately due to fear was gone, and never showed Hassan after Thadabad, with his husband. Filled the Kuntrath rule started as much as innocent Alava Mukhtalif was freed by everyone was imprisoned Vagra, and Musher of Mukhtalif Sikti Shukman. Makra was made by Hussein Abad. This thing proved to be true. If, the woman said to Walid Emperman, reach the heights of the Skycan, and if a woman wants, with the same height as story, can be dropped on the ground, as wealth. Lesson teaches that the bloodthirsty rulers finally gets the punishment for your actions, and people rise against oppression. Finally, the story ends. Here, hope you liked the story, and if you liked the story, then hit like and subscribe.